No quiero que la gente lea sobre mi vida.
Es nuestra vida. ¿De qué sirve todo lo que sufrimos si no podemos canalizarlo en algo que ayude a la gente? Y es una historia sobre el perdón y el amor incondicional.
I think it is more of the same. Fans know what to expect at this point. We've done 3, so they know what 4 is going to be like in terms of the sex scenes, the romance, the arguments, the dynamic. But I think what's different about this one and what fans have to look forward to is the fact that they're now older and later in life, and therefore they're no longer dealing with, getting to college on time. It's more about making sure they can hold down a job and pay their bills and deal with, family problems. I know when you get older, you obviously start to need to be more kind of useful within the family, and there's more responsibilities. And yeah, I guess it's about them exploring their relationship and seeing if they can make it work, but in the real world, in the adult world. Yeah, definitely a little bit of sadness, but I feel like you can kind of choose which way to look at it, and I choose to look at it in a way where I'm proud of the work we've done, and I'm proud of the work we've done, and I'm glad we've managed to make 4 films. So there is a little bit of sadness, but we try and put that away and just be happy and proud of the work we've done. That's a really good question. It's impossible to pick one, but I'll just talk about generally, how it is. She's so talented and easy to work with and professional, turns up on time, polite, just fun to be around. But she also has an eye for more than just acting. I think a lot of actors, as they should, only just turn up, know their lines, act well, and that's it, and that's fine. But she also has an eye for everything, like that wasn't there before, this needs to be here, in the later scene I say this, so maybe it should be like this. And it's nice, you feel safe when you have someone around who's got an eye for everything, Yeah, a little bit. It's a shame all the fans, all the actors and crew members and everyone almost lives out in LA, and I'm the one who's stranded over in England. And I haven't managed to go to LA too much, but I went recently and we've all met up, like me, Louise and Taylor and loads of, Robert and loads of the cast. Every time I'm over there, we make sure we meet up and say hello. So yeah, I have seen her since, but it's been a while now. I've always been grateful, but I've been exhausted as well. Not exhausted in terms of like, I want it to stop, just exhausted in terms of like, sometimes it's a lot to comprehend. But I think that was more about like, at the start, it's a learning curve. It's almost overnight, so it's overwhelming. And over time, listen, I've always been so grateful. I always will be so grateful. These fans have almost like supported and nurtured my career so far. And I hope I can continue to bring them films that they love just as much as they've loved after. It's hard to think of the individual moments on the spot. I remember Joe started writing them down because we always get asked in the interviews and we're both like, I don't know. So she started to write them down, which was a smart idea. But I think the whole process of filming number 3 and number 4 was crazy at the time because we were literally locked in on the 24th floor for the entire 3 months. The only time we could leave was to go and film. And it just made us all really, really like an actual family. We're literally living together all on one floor with one communal room. So we played a lot of Monopoly deal, card game, board games, watching films. And that whole that whole time and process was fun and enjoyable. Probably that same 2-3 months, because as I say, we couldn't even go for a walk. Like it was literally, and I understand it was all in the name of safety and making sure everyone was okay. But it really took its toll. Everyone was like, by the end of it, like, this is ridiculous. We had security there who we thought were to stop fans and people being able to come up to the 24th floor. And we later realized the security's there to not let us leave. So that was interesting. So I think, yeah, the funniest but also most challenging times were those 2-3 months in Bulgaria in the hotel. Maybe, I guess intense and sexual. I'm trying to think. There's obviously quite a lot, isn't there? But yeah, maybe it is in one of these movies, probably. So I wouldn't want to spoil it. But it's nice. I think we made an effort to make sure that like some of them are intense and passionate, and some of them are more still passionate but delicate. And I think it's important, especially when you make a film that has such a strong theme of sex and intimacy, that you make sure every scene tells its own story and isn't just there because we need another sex scene. It's there to tell a story. So yeah, who knows? But probably in number 3 or maybe number 4, yeah. I've got a film called The Woman King coming out very shortly after comes out, and I'm really excited for not just all the fans to see that, but specifically for After fans to see that, because I feel like they've been so supportive. I look at like the tagged photos and I see so many of the tagged photos of The Woman King are from After fans, and I just feel like I'm so lucky that they support it so much, but also like I feel like everyone I work with has mentioned like, wow, the fans of After are so amazing and supportive, and like it becomes exponential, and then other people I work with start to appreciate the After fans because they, you know, continue to support it and make it what it is. So yeah, I'm really excited for everyone, specifically the After fans, to see me in a what is a completely different character in The Woman King. I definitely want to keep exploring different genres. So after something like The Woman King is very different, and then after The Woman King maybe something that's very different from that. I think I haven't done a movie like an action movie with a car chase and guns and explosions, but I'm sure after I do a film like that, I'm going to be like, okay, I'm done with that. I want to do something more peaceful and relaxed. So it's hard for me to say specifically. I want to make sure I do a little bit of everything. I am. We got some tapas last night, which was delicious. We tried to get ourselves down to a football match, either Atletico or Real game, but I think the way our trip is scheduled, I don't think we're going to be able to make it to one, but I guess that gives me a reason to have to come back. Yeah, I think they're definitely more passionate than for example like English fans. It's always interesting how like different cultures have different ways of appreciating and stuff, but that's the beauty of it. It's really nice to be able to travel the world and experience how different the people are and how different they express their kind of support. But I've always loved the fans of Madrid and the people of Madrid, so I'm so happy to be back here. Oh, it's hard to say just one thing, but I think since we were just talking about it, the ability to travel and see the world, there's a possibility I'll never be able to travel as much as what After's given me. When we did press for the first movie, I went to, I think it was like over 10 different countries and at least 2 cities within those countries, all in like a month and a half, all at like 20, 21 years old. Yeah, I think that 21 years old, which is incredible. I'm very, very lucky. So there's so many things, it's hard to pick one, but maybe traveling the world and meeting the fans is definitely up there.
Conseguirás que te arresten, lo sabes, ¿no?
¡Por eso deberías irte! ¡Ella no te quiere aquí, joder!